Let us now look at the next important arithmetic operation, that is divisions. Generally, division is considered to be the most difficult of all the arithmetic operations. That is, out of multiplication, addition, subtraction and division is considered as the most difficult one. And almost all the students try to go for divisions only by regular procedure. But here we shall understand how can we make division simple and get the answers in a smart way. The first example here is 520 divided by 6 is equal to what? Now going by the regular procedure, what we do here is 520 has to be divided by 6. So we say 6 into 8 is 48, 4 is the remainder, the 0 comes down here. Then we say 6 into 6 is 36, again 4 is the remainder. Then we take a decimal point here, this becomes 40. Again 6 times we get 36 and 4 is the remainder. Again if we take 0 we get 6 times 36 and 4 is the remainder, and this continues. So we say that the answer here is 86.66. So on to infinity, or this can be taken as 86.6 bar. So this is how we can go for division in the regular procedure. But friends, as you can observe here, this is quite a lengthy procedure. And in the beginning itself I had mentioned that the more we work on paper, the more time we spend. So let us see how can this division be done without writing anything on paper. But before we do that, let us also understand the other way of doing the simplification here. What we can do here is, this 520 divided by 6 is taken as 260 by 3. Again we say 3 into 1 is 3, 3 into 8 is 24, so 2 is the remainder, then 3 into 6 is 18, then we get 2 as the remainder again, and that can be taken as 0.66. So we get the answer as 86.66. Why? Because lastly we have 2 by 3. 2 by 3 can be taken as 0.66. But even this, if you ask me, is a waste of time. Why? Because it involves paperwork. I don't say that all the divisions can be done without paper, but then simple divisions can be kept simple and we can get the answer without writing anything on paper. So let's see how can we proceed for divisions without writing any step on paper. The question here is 520 divided by 6. The best way to go for such a division here is to again use the concept of split and merge. Remember friends, split and merge is a very important technique which can be used for multiplications, additions, subtractions, percentage calculations and also for divisions. Now what we do here is, by applying split and merge, we try to break the numerator into two parts. We have to split the numerator into two parts. That means 520 has to be taken as sum of two numbers or difference of two numbers. But again, it should be split into two parts in such a way that one number that we get out of those two numbers has to be a multiple of 6. Why? Because it has to be divided by 6. For example, 520 here cannot be taken as 500 plus 20. Why? Because neither 500 is divisible by 6 nor 20 is divisible by 6. So we should break the number 520 in such a way that we get a multiple of 6 in at least one of the numbers. Now when we look at 520, the closest multiple of 6 here can be 480. We know that 6 into 8 is 48. So if 48 is a multiple of 6, it is obvious that 480 will also be a multiple of 6. That means if 48 is divisible by 6, 480 will also be divisible by 6. So here 520 should be taken as 480 plus 40. Remember, we are taking it as 480 plus 40 but not 500 plus 20. Why? Because when we take 500 and 20, none of them are divisible by 6. But when you take 480 plus 40, 480 is exactly divisible by 6. So now we can see that this becomes 480 plus 40 divided by 6. So let us now break it into two different divisions. So this can be taken as 480 by 6 plus 40 by 6. 480 by 6 is nothing but 80. Why? Because 48 by 6 is 8. So 480 by 6 will be 80. So very clearly from the first division we get 80 as the answer. Now the left out part is 40 by 6. Again here, since 40 is not divisible by 6, we try to break it into two parts and break it in such a way that one number is a multiple of 6. So 40 here can be taken as 36 plus 4. Why? Because 36 is divisible by 6. So this becomes 36 by 6 plus 4 by 6. We know that 36 by 6 is equal to 6. And the extra part that we have is 4 by 6. So far we have got 80 in the first division, 6 in the second division, and the left out part is 4 by 6. So 80 plus 6 plus 4 by 6 should be taken as the answer. 80 plus 6 is 86. 4 by 6 is nothing but a fraction. 4 by 6 is 2 by 3. 2 by 3 is nothing but 0.66. So 80 plus 6 plus 0.66 will give us 86.66. So clearly 520 divided by 6 will be equal to 86.66. Remember friends, the procedure appears to be lengthy, but if you practice on this and get comfortable, then getting the answer in this way will definitely take less time when compared to the regular procedure or the direct cancellation method. So practice more on this and make sure that you can go for divisions by the concept of split and merge. And the most important point here is these steps must not be written on paper. We only have to visualize these steps and get the answer. Why? Because once we write something on paper, we end up wasting a lot of time. So it's simple. 520 divided by 6. You know that 520 can be taken as 480 plus 40. So that becomes 480 by 6 plus 40 by 6. 480 by 6 is 80. So keep that aside. Remember, 80 is one of the results. And now the left out part is 40 by 6. So 36 plus 4 divided by 6. Again, when we break it, we get 36 by 6 plus 4 by 6. 36 by 6 is equal to 6. If you remember, already we had 80 as one of the results. And now we have 6 more. 80 plus 6 is 86. And the left out part is 4 by 6. 4 by 6 is nothing but 2 by 3. And 2 by 3 is 0.66. So 86 plus 0.66 can be taken as 86.66. So that's the answer when we divide 520 by 6. Let us now look at the next example, that is 952 divided by 17. Again, even in this case, we should break the number 952 in such a way that we get one number at least as a multiple of 17. And it can be any multiple of 17, but it is better that you come as close as possible to 952, or at least you try to take a round figure. Now 952 here can be split as 850 plus 102. Why 850 plus 102? Because I very well understand that 850 is a multiple of 17, or 850 is divisible by 17. Why? Because I know 17 into 5 is 85. So once we know that 17 into 5 is 85, 850 is something which is very good to take as one of the parts. So 850 plus 102. Why? Because 850 plus 102 will give us 952. So now 952 divided by 17 becomes 850 by 17 plus 102 by 17. 850 by 17 will be 50. Why? Because 85 by 17 is 5. So 850 by 17 is 50. So that's the first part of the answer, 50. Now the left out part here is 102 divided by 17. We know that 102 is exactly divisible by 17. Why? Because 17 into 6 is 102. So 102 by 17 will be equal to 6. So the first part gives 850 by 17, that is 50, and the second part gives 102 by 17, that is 6. 50 plus 6 is 56, and nothing else is left out. So we can say that the exact answer here is equal to 56. So try to break it in such a way that you get a multiple of 17. So that's how divisions can be made really very simple. And let me tell you, we are trying to keep only simple things simple. If it is a real complicated one, then anyhow we have to go for paperwork. But my point here is, when it is simple and it can be done without paper, then why to write all these steps and waste our time? Let us now look at the next one, that is 640 divided by 7. Now 640 divided by 7. What do you think is the closest way to break it? 640 divided by 7. Can we take it as 600 plus 40? Of course not. Why? Because 600 is not a multiple of 7, and 40 also is not a multiple of 7. So let us try to break it in such a way that at least 1 is a multiple of 7. What do you think is the best way to do that? I hope you all have understood that 640 here is not 640. We better take it as 630 plus 10. Why 630 plus 10? Because 63 is a multiple of 7. If 63 is a multiple of 7, it is obvious that 630 is also a multiple of 7. So 640 is not 640. It is 630 plus 10. So 630 plus 10 divided by 7 can be taken as 630 by 7 plus 10 by 7. Now 630 by 7 will be equal to 90. Why? Because 63 by 7 is 9. So 630 by 7 is 90. So that's the first part of the answer, 90. And the left out part here is 10 by 7. So the answer can be taken as 90 plus 10 by 7. But again, 10 can be split as 7 plus 3. Because 10 by 7 will give us more than 1. So let us try to find out what is the integer part of the answer. Already we have got 90. Left out part is 10 by 7. So 10 can be taken as 7 plus 3. So we get 7 plus 3 by 7. So if we try to separate it out, we get 7 by 7 plus 3 by 7. 7 by 7 is 1. We already had 90 in the answer. 90 plus 1, 91. And the left out part is 3 by 7. So that's the working here. If you take 640 as 630 plus 10, we get 630 plus 10 by 7. 630 by 7 is 90. And the left out part is 10 by 7. Again, 10 by 7 can be taken as 7 plus 3. So we get 7 by 7, which is 1. So plus 1 in the answer. And the left out part now is 3 by 7. So this is 3 by 7. So overall we can say the answer is 91 plus 3 by 7. Now let me tell you friends, even if you are able to do at least this much of calculation without paper, it is enough to mark the answer in most of the cases. Why? Because options are generally given in such a way that approximate calculation will be sufficient to decide which answer is correct. Here we can understand that answer is 91 plus 3 by 7. So it is like 91 point something. Or at least we know that the answer is between 91 and 92. So that's it. Whichever option is between 91 and 92, that can be marked as the answer. So we can say that the answer for this question is equal to 91 3 by 7. Or approximately we can understand the answer is between 91 and 92. And as I've already mentioned, if answers are given in such a way that it is difficult to decide, then we can go for further precise calculation. And let me tell you, without again doing further calculation, I can say that the exact answer here will be 91.428571. That means 640 divided by 7 will be equal to 91.428571. That is the exact answer. And as you can see here, it is up to 6 decimal places. Now you might be wondering, how did I get this answer? Or is this answer correct or not? You can verify that from your calculators. Just try to divide 640 by 7 and see if the answer is 91.428571 or not. You will find that this is the exact answer. Now the point to be understood here is, we know that 1 by 7 is 14.2857%. If 1 by 7 is 14.2857%, 3 by 7 will be 42.8571%. That is understood from the knowledge of percentage calculations. So we clearly know that 3 by 7 is 42.8571%. 42.8571% is nothing but 42.8571 divided by 100. Now 42.8571 divided by 100 will be 0.428571. That's it. To 91, you add 0.428571. So just imagine if you can do the calculation this way, how quickly can you solve the questions in the exam. And let me make it clear, it is not required that we find out the answer up to 6 decimal places. As I've already mentioned, even if you are able to say that approximate answer is 91 point something, it is more than enough. Or up to 2 decimal places would be enough. But if you are really good in your calculations, you can answer up to 6 or at least up to 2 or 3 decimal places. So practice well on the concept of split and merge. Remember, this split and merge concept is applicable in all the types of arithmetic operations, be it multiplications, divisions, additions or subtractions. And divisions really becomes very easy if we can split the numerator in such a way that we get at least one number as a multiple of the denominator. I hope the application of split and merge in case of divisions was clear to all of you. Let us see if you can get the answers for these 3 questions correct. Remember, you are not supposed to write anything on paper. Just break the numerator into 2 parts in such a way that you get a multiple of the denominator. And proceed till you can say what is the correct answer. And for convenience sake, if you are not able to get the exact answer, at least try to understand what could be the approximate answer for these questions. So your time starts now. Alright friends, time is up. I hope you were able to get at least the approximate answer, if not the exact answer for these 3 questions. So let's see what are the answers for these 3 examples here. The first one here is 756 by 36. Now going by the concept of split and merge, 756 here can be taken as 720 plus 36. Why 720 plus 36? Because 72 is a multiple of 36. 36 into 2 is 72. So clearly 36 into 20 would be 720. That means 756 is not 756. It is 720 plus 36. So 720 by 36 plus 36 by 36. What is 720 by 36? 20. And the next part here is 36 by 36, which is 1. 20 plus 1, 21 has to be the exact answer. Since there is nothing left out, we can say that the exact answer here is 21. I hope you all got 21 as the answer there. The next question here is 567 divided by 23. So here the denominator is a typical one, 23. So we need to find out what is a multiple of 23 which is close to 567. Now I know that 23 into 2 is 46. So 23 into 2 is 46 means what? 23 into 20 would be 460. And 460 is close to 567. So let's take it as 460 plus 107. The number here is 567. We are trying to break it as 460 plus 107. So 460 plus 107 divided by 23. So that becomes 460 by 23 plus 107 by 23. What is 460 by 23? 20. So remember that 20 is the first result. Now the remaining part here is 107. 107 has to be divided by 23. So again try to break it in terms of multiples of 23. 107 can be taken as 92 plus 15. Why? Because 23 into 4 is 92 and 23 into 5 is 115. So let us take it as 92 plus, we had 107, 92 plus 15. Or same 107 can also be taken as 115 minus 8, which whatever is convenient for you. Let us go for the other one here. 107 here can be taken as 115 minus 8. Why 115 minus 8? Because 115 is a multiple of 23. So here we get 460 plus 107 divided by 23. 460 by 23 is 20. Left out part is 107. 107 is 115 minus 8. Now this becomes 115 minus 8 by 23. So 115 by 23 minus 8 by 23. What is 115 by 23? 5. Why? Because 23 into 5 is 115. So already we have 20 plus 5, 25. And the left out part is 8 by 23. Strictly speaking, it is minus 8 by 23. Minus 8 by 23 can be approximately taken as minus 1 by 3. And minus 1 by 3 is 0.33 or minus 0.33. That means 20 plus 5 minus 0.333 is the answer. So that can be taken as 24.66. Approximately we can say that the answer is 24.66. Let me just put the solution on board so that you can have a clear picture. 567 by 23. We are taking it as 460 plus 107 divided by 23. So 460 by 23 gives us 20. The left out part is 107 by 23. Again 107 here we can either take it as 92 plus 15. Why? Because 92 by 23 is 4. Or we can also take it as 115 minus 8 divided by 23. So now 115 by 23 will be equal to 5. So already we have 20 as one result and then 5 as the other part of the result. And the left out part is 8 by 23, or actually speaking it is minus 8 by 23. If it is 24, 8 by 24 will be 1 by 3. So this becomes minus 1 by 3 approximately. We know that 1 by 3 is 0.33. So minus 1 by 3 will be minus 0.33. So the result here is minus 0.33 and so on up to infinity. So you can see here that the numbers are 20, 5 and minus 0.33. So 20 plus 5 is 25. 25 minus 0.33 will give us 24.66. So that's the approximate answer for the given question. That is 567 by 23. And if you try to understand, we can also decide whether the actual answer or the exact answer should be more than 24.66 or less than 24.66. The point to be understood here is, this is minus 8 by 23. We have taken it as approximately 24. That means the actual denominator is less. Actual denominator is 23. We have taken it as 24. So actual denominator or the exact denominator is less. When the exact denominator is less, exact value will be more. Whenever the denominator is less, value is more. So if the exact denominator is less, exact value will be more. That means exact value will be more than 0.33. So if this is more than 0.33, we will be subtracting more than 0.33. So when more than 0.33 is subtracted, the answer will be less than 24.66. So very clearly I can understand that the exact answer has to be less than 24.66. But because here what we are subtracting should be more than 0.33. If that is more than 0.33, the difference will be lesser than this. So less than 24.66. So in case if two options are very close to 24.66 and one is less, the other is more, we can go for this answer which is less than 24.66. The last one here is 1459 by 12. Now here we have a number in thousands which has to be divided by 12. The obvious first split here will be 1200 plus 259. Why? Because 1200 by 12 is 100. So we get 100 as the first part. Now the left out part is 259. Now 259 can be taken as 240 plus 19. Why 240 plus 19? I have to divide by 12. So 240 by 12 is 20. So that is the second part. And now the left out part, the last part is 19. 240 plus 19 we had taken. So 19 by 12. 19 again can be taken as 12 plus 7. So 12 by 12 plus 7 by 12. 12 by 12 is 1. So that's the third part. And the last part here is 7 by 12. So 100 plus 20, 120. 120 plus 1, 121. Plus 7 by 12. So we can say answer is 121, 7 by 12. And as I have already mentioned, if you are strong in percentages, you know that 7 by 12 will be 58.33%. 58.33% is nothing but 0.5833. So this answer can be taken as 121.5833. So the exact answer for 1459 by 12 is 121.5833. So wherever we are able to find the exact answer, we can go for it. Otherwise, approximate answer can be calculated. So this is how we can go for divisions with the simple concept of split and merge. I understand that it is a little difficult. It actually appears to be difficult and lengthy, but if you practice on this, it is really a very simple process and the answers can be obtained without wasting your precious time.